Last night's quite a feisty clash between Everton and Spurs in the Premier League ended 1-1 after a Harry Kane penalty and then a 90th minute wonder strike by Michael Keane. Both teams finishing with 10 players. Abdoulaye Doucouré was given a straight red for pushing Harry Kane in the face. Lucas Moura was also sent off for a nasty challenge on Keane towards the end of the match. Everton fan Les Roberts is from the Blue Room podcast. Tottenham fan Rosa Anderson is from the Hometown Glory podcast. Morning both.
Morning.
Good morning.
Les, I'll start with you. You must have enjoyed that goal. It's a cracking goal.
Yeah, it was unreal. It was one of those where there was absolutely nothing on, and you could kind of see Michael Keane's thought process. He was sort of getting close to the goal, and he just thought, you know what, I'm just going to hit this. And it was a hell of a strike. It hit the side netting as it went in. I think people sort of said Lloris maybe could have done better, but I don't think he would have got near that because he didn't half hit it.
Yeah,
but,
it's a classic one. He didn't really move, Lloris, did he? He just sort of went, fair enough.
Yeah,
That's me done.
It's gone in that, yeah. It was a nice way to end the game. I think it was a good battle and performance from Everton. I don't really think Spurs did too much by way of threatening us. I was surprised actually. I thought they would have gone for it more when we went down to 10 men. But yeah, I just thought Everton battled well. To be honest, it wasn't a great game by any stretch, but you know it's a good point, and it's 4 unbeaten now. So when you're down at the bottom, it's a nice bit of momentum still.
Yeah, Everton showing a bit of steel, exactly the kind of steel that you hoped Sean Dyche would bring in. I think.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you see earlier in the season, and we concede a goal, we fall apart. We've not done that since Dyche has been in. So it is nice to see us getting back to that sort of battling way, especially at Goodison as well, where, you know, I think teams are finding it a little bit harder to come there now than they were earlier in the season.
Rosa, you've just slipped into the top 4 again with that draw, although Manchester United got 2 games in hand. Were you a bit disappointed not to get a bit more of a reaction from your players after the Conte sacking?
I'm disappointed, but I'm not really surprised, to be honest, because I think you can argue about like when he said like what he said and when he said it and how appropriate it was, but I don't think he was wrong, and I think last night completely showed it, and the club have just utterly messed up, to be honest, by I like Stellini very much. He carries himself really well. He seems like a very nice guy, but to appoint Conte's number 2, who plays exactly the same kind of football and makes exactly the same kind of mistakes, the same sort of terrible, defensive, just aimless football, and then to make the same sorts of terrible substitutions he made. I mean, we all saw what happened when Lucas Moura came on. It was a surprise that he got sent off, but it was also quite a good thing, so I don't have to see him again for the rest of the season, I hope. It was just really, I hate saying this kind of thing, but it was just utterly gutless. Like, I don't disagree with anything that has just been said about the Everton performance or about our performance. Like, one up against 10 men, you have a right to expect more, but like I said, I'm not surprised. We're just sort of drifting now for the rest of the season, it seems.
Well, yeah, it's interesting that they've put in Conte's number 2, because I suppose that the argument would be they don't necessarily want to rush into appointing a new manager because you really need to get it right, don't you?
I mean, I don't know. Like, do we? To be honest,
well, you don't want to get it wrong again.
Well, does it matter? I mean, I'm in a sort of vaguely nihilistic.
I can hear it, Rosa. Right yeah, like, nothing matters.
Exactly. I mean, I think at this point, it's true. We do want to get it right, but unfortunately, drifting is probably worse. And it's not like there aren't managers out there who would be good for Tottenham. And the problem is, this is a bigger problem with the kind of club, with the institution as a whole, because it's not just Tottenham men. We've got the exact same situation over at Spurs Women, where it's an interim manager, was the previous manager's number 2, is playing exactly the same football, making exactly the same mistakes. There's no leadership anywhere. It's a problem that's just bigger. They thought they could get rid of Conte and it would all be fine, but it obviously isn't.
Any chance of top 4? Some chance, clearly.
Some chance, which is just hilarious, but based on last night's performance, no, let's be honest.
And Les, Everton going to stay up?
Yeah, why not? I think so.
Yeah, go on.
I hope so. Can I just say that? I hope so.
Oh, nice one. I appreciate that.
I don't normally say that kind of thing, but I do.